ever heard of a group of knights so powerful they made kings tremble, so rich they invented international banking, and so mysterious their secrets are still being hunted for today? This isn't a fantasy movie. This is the true story of the Knights Templar. Let's uncover the hidden secrets of history's most enigmatic order. Our story begins in 1118 in the dusty streets of Jerusalem. A French nobleman named Hugues de Payens and 8 of his relatives pledged to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. They call themselves the Poor, fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. The King of Jerusalem, Baldwin II, gives them a headquarters on the Temple Mount, right on the site of the ancient Solomon's Temple. For 9 years, these 9 knights were the only members. They were so poor, they famously shared a single horse between 2 men, a symbol that would later adorn their seal. But were they really just protecting pilgrims? Or was something else going on? Here's where the mystery deepens. The Templars were given quarters directly above the ruins of Solomon's Temple. For nearly a decade, they didn't accept new members and were rarely seen guarding pilgrim routes. Instead, ancient chronicles and modern archaeology suggest they were busy with something else entirely. They were conducting a massive, systematic excavation beneath the Temple Mount. But what were they looking for? This wasn't a simple treasure hunt. They were searching for something specific, something that would change their fortunes and the course of history forever. Many believe they found relics of immense power, items lost since the destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians. This brings us to the legendary lost treasures of the Templars. We're talking about objects that have captivated the human imagination for centuries. The Holy Grail, the cup used by Christ at the Last Supper, the Ark of the Covenant, the golden chest said to contain the 10 Commandments. And perhaps most valuable of all, ancient scrolls containing lost gospels, secret teachings of Jesus, or knowledge that could rewrite history as we know it. Did they find them? We don't have definitive proof, but what happened next suggests they found something of incredible value. Almost overnight, the Poor Knights became the wealthiest and most powerful organization in the Western world. The Templars returned to Europe not as humble guards, but as heroes possessing a secret power. Pope Honorius II officially recognized their order in 1129, and suddenly donations poured in from across Christendom. Nobles, kings, and commoners alike gave them land, castles, and vast sums of money. But the Templars didn't just hoard this wealth. They did something revolutionary. They created the world's first international banking system. A pilgrim could deposit their money at a Templar preceptory in London, receive a coded letter of credit, and then withdraw the same amount in Jerusalem. This system was secure, efficient, and made the Templars the financiers of Europe. They funded wars, bailed out kings, and managed vast estates, building a financial empire that spanned continents. They were the original multinational corporation, a military, religious, and financial powerhouse all in one. For nearly 200 years, the Templars were untouchable. Their power and wealth grew to staggering proportions, making them a state within a state. But this success also created powerful enemies. Chief among them was King Philip IV of France. Deeply in debt to the Templar order and jealous of their influence, Philip devised a sinister plan. On Friday, October 13, 1307, a date that has been associated with bad luck ever since, Philip's men launched a coordinated dawn raid, arresting every Templar in France. The knights were accused of heresy, blasphemy, and a host of fabricated crimes. They were brutally tortured into giving false confessions. The Grand Master of the Order, Jacques de Molay, initially confessed under duress, but later recanted, bravely defending the Order's innocence. The end came in 1314. Jacques de Molay and another high-ranking Templar were brought to a small island in the Seine River in Paris to be burned at the stake. As the flames rose around him, de Molay is said to have issued a final, chilling curse. He summoned King Philip and Pope Clement V, who had colluded in the Templars' destruction, to meet him before the judgment of God within the year. In a shocking twist of fate, the curse seemed to work. Pope Clement died just 1 month later, and King Philip IV died in a hunting accident before the year was out. The Templar Order was officially disbanded, and their vast wealth was supposed to be transferred to another order, the Knights Hospitaller. But here's the final mystery. When the King's men went to seize the Templar treasury in Paris, they found it empty. The fleet of Templar ships had vanished. The treasure, the relics, and the secrets had disappeared. So, where did it all go? The legacy of the Knights Templar didn't end in the flames of Paris. It lives on in whispers and shadows. Many believe the surviving knights fled, taking their treasure and knowledge with them. Some say they went to Scotland, finding refuge with Robert the Bruce, and that their influence can be seen in the intricate, symbol-laden carvings of Roslin Chapel near Edinburgh. The chapel is filled with imagery that seems out of place for a Christian church, including pagan green men and carvings that look remarkably like corn, a plant that was unknown in Europe before Columbus's voyages. Could this be a clue? Others believe the Templars simply went underground, morphing into other secret societies that continue to influence world events to this day, like the Freemasons, the Templar Cross, the Skull and Crossbones. And many of their symbols have been adopted by countless groups, all claiming a connection to the original order. The story of the Templars is a powerful reminder that history is often stranger and far more interesting than fiction. Their rise and fall is a saga of faith, power, greed, and enduring mystery. What do you think happened to their treasure and secrets?